Mahila, welcome. Welcome to the Matrix of Degrees. Welcome. Okay, I'm gonna show you what's going on today. What happened was, after I showed you what I ate today, I drove over to some errands for BA. I had to take her around town. I had to take her to the dentist on Decatur. So when I was over there, I threw out my drink, which was like a Doritos mix with a major melon at the tree in the corner at the dentist. As I saw that Amber Heard and Jay Depp were coming to a close. Now, the Synagogue of Satan was in my midst trying to prevent something, or even to say that I would be a guard forever. You know, that I would have to protect my girl or girls forever. And that it would be constant burdens. That's what BA said. That's fine. Then dropped her off and went over to Durango. Got myself barricaded in. Okay. There's a little roadblock over there right next to the mountains and the desert over there. Mountain View. It's on the border, you know, before the desert. And there's a little park over there that's some sort of rock formation. And I went all the way down and parked at an angle and said, let them come, you know. Then I had heard that 10.35 and 15. So, and she got 2. So I'm thinking that his name represented both me and King. That's what I thought. I was PP and he was the other part. So then 2 planes flew overhead. 2 Air Force planes. I'll read it off here. Okay. Here we go. Symbiote Mini Space. Here. Get this to focus. Shuttle on back of long wing heat plane after long wing big engines jet size on top of wings close to hold. 1:43 p.m. pack 1 June 2022. All right. Now, just this here, Sheryl Sandberg, Johnny Depp, equals all of this here. So Mitch Sweat in and out at Centennial. That's just my breakdown there. And 15 JDEP settlement. I hook B, the KCB 710 plus 4. So that ad keeps showing up, the 14 of the Elu. So I'm kind of going off of that. this was the bosser. Okay, this was the bosser. So we had bosser bagpipes, which was dimed as a V to get K, Son of Man 3, and like Son of Man was David's. Now I saw David. I don't know if I put it in a video. Of course, I could not find the video, but he was next to me on the road a few nights ago, and I swerved in front of him on accident. He was kind of driving slow, like he couldn't see, like David would, and I foolishly went in front of him, and I think that he fulfilled Blade Runner in his time, which the Blade Runner is the Opa Benny Regalis. So he did that by himself. So that's the way it read. Then this, okay, so I sent a text tonight. I had this number that called me. It was a 900 number. So then what happened was I saw that, here, I'll let you take a look at this first and then we'll go over it. This is kind of THX here. Read it like THX up. And then the movie, not thanks, the movie. Then what happened was, here, I'll let you look at it again. Going over it all too fast. So what happened was, this person died in the news that was, Barber died. So me and David, I think both of us were probably like, what the fuck is that? Because here we're coming off this big day of seeing these planes. Now he saw the plane he went to his film with his kids, and then they caught him out there, is what he saw would happen. Now in reality, he took his kids to the car and left the theater. He left the theater early. Me, I was on Durango and left and just kept driving like usual. Nothing happened, of course. So, but the funny thing is that these gangsters pulled up and said, like, man, you on the wrong turf or something. He was like, he actually said that, man, for real. He was like, you on the wrong road or something, like, hey, motherfucker. And so then I drive by a few minutes later, and it's two girls in the car. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's not even two guys or one guy. It was two girls. So I'm like, I'm in the Aramaic. So then the whole day, I'm hearing stuff on the radio, and it all relates to me in the Aramaic. Like my Bible scroll in the pit and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm doing my scroll that I read in the dark place. So not doing it, like hearing it, and seeing it. And like it would be when I start to doubt, then like they would reassure me real quick with this Aramaic stuff. Like the Joseph, like the scroll. It's kind of like Judah and Reuben as well. So then like the serpent texted me and was like, listen to this song, and I listened to it. It was like Wake Up and Get the Money or something. It was released 5 days ago. Wake Up and Get New Money. So I'm like, I responded. I'm like, very funny. And, then he kept going, like, isn't it fucking, great and all this? And I'm going to have to send this text because they're looking at it like it's wicked. They're going to get my girl. Because Barbara died, because now she has to go to Lexington and ride them. So I'm like I gotta send this text. So I got my Strong's was 5094, and I don't need to write it down because it's all the same stuff that I've been saying this whole time. It's just a different variation of it, of the flush, of the Mr. T flush that he knows. And so then, like, I'm kind of like, okay, what's going to be the sign from that besides this James Mill Wiz, which was like a Kerry Washington last minute, that it was a famine and a beast of the earth that the synagogue was trying to get so that they could have the girl in the last moments before the rapture. However long that takes, I don't know. So it was very wicked. I've got wicked underlined there. So then so then it's 7:50 p.m. and I'm driving up this hill over here, and I see an ambulance at Hualapai. So of course you can read Hualapai as meaning that it's the Philip, DePace, Ray, DMX, Madden, Harry, Philip. If I didn't say it, it's all those. It's the martyrs that I'm gonna do those after I have a very high for 12 days and 2 days just hang time. So I was like, okay, like that's okay. But the way it read was very bitter because it was like the woman, almost got or did get that she would have to ride these family members and betrayers. So I'm like, okay. So then I read Hualapai a different way, and this is basically current. And I'm like, no, this Hualapai means, Rick's son Prince, Durango 300, that Durango where I was is important when I saw those two planes. And I'm guessing David saw, he might have, saw two helicopters or something. He saw the same thing, just a different variation, or the same thing exactly. So um essentially, because that if the Watchmen saw the difference in the film of multiverse, then they would be in it with me, and we all go back together in 14 days. So welcome, thank you for joining me. Yeah, I guess I didn't have to do it alone. Please protect my girl. Protect Jesus, because this reads that it's such a Han, but of course I don't know though. I mean, Tom Sizemore, that's what I'm going off of, this ancient stuff. Like I don't know it's like the F-14 in Top Gun. Basically, it's the F-14. So, and when I saw the cops at the Carl's Jr., which was 6 days after the perfect 944 ambulance on Ann Road, Carl's Jr. on Charleston, when they all surrounded me, one of them kept going, and he veered off at like, hey, you're not even the A. JWW was the A. And that's where he veered off at. And he was like, hey, like you know, like I'm gonna go with you, and then like I'm gonna show you even that. So I was very blessed by God to be shown that, because that was confirmed by the Top Gun, the glove. So um and I think Mission Viejo was the other guy, the new Top Gun guy, Goose Jr. I think was Mission Viejo. So I think it was somebody I swam with. Um which they all had cool names, you know. They all had real different names, and they told me like the coach was like, be a leader and all this stuff. He got mad at me one time, and I was just in it with them, you know. I was in it with them, and I wasn't like that much faster than them, you know. And these were like high schoolers in practice, you know. And hell, I might have tapered better. They might have tapered better. Who knows? I mean, you know, they were fast, man. They were no joke. Like, if you were in that group, like, you knew what you were doing, man. And, you know, the national group, like, they all had deals, kind of like, you know, attitude stuff. And, I mean, they were all right, but, like, you know, I didn't really see it as a big difference, really. In training, you know, I mean, yeah, they were Olympic level, but like I just did what I was supposed to do for my group. I wasn't like, oh, promote me, or, you know, let's do this the whole time and not even worry about Concordia, you know. So that's the thing. Then, you know, this girl that I pointed out that wicked there and all that, that, you know, this whole thing that the focus is on her because of Disney or something or whatever, because I spent the most time with her, and because she's like the either the crow or the paradise, um like, or the earth, you know. She reached out to me that summer, and then that's when everything went bad. You know, it went downhill because I didn't know what to do for Pride of Life, and, you know, the next step. That's all it was. I just got confused on what to do, and I took a math class I shouldn't have taken because it was online. I should have done everything in person and not taken PE, you know, just stupid stuff. Like, I took PE, I had to go to Costa Mesa for it. I never made it over there except one time. Like, it was a joke. So, um, I was a joke, you know. It just that it was no good. So, and I have to remind myself of these things because of how crazy all this looks right now. I mean, I can't be messing with this wicked stuff. Like, if she wants to ride somebody, she like, who why do I have to be the one like stopping all this stuff? Like, if she wants to know my family like that and have her own strongs and do all this for mystery religion or something, or, you know, the Revelation 17 or whatever she's going for, why should I be part of that? All I can say is, hey, I'm the ego Z in Simeon. Like, it makes sense. That's why I am the way I am. Like, it's not me being gay. It's that, like, I don't have to have a girl get on her knees. Like, it's different. Like, you know, Grok says people are different physically and stuff. Well, yeah, like, that's why Lil Wayne says he's not a human being. He's not joking. Like, you know, so um all right.